Hey guys, today we'll be looking at a comparison of different USB microphones. My current USB microphone is the Blue Yeti Nano, which I've been using for several years now. It serves as the replacement for my Shure MV7 mic that I've been using for many years before that. And this one is the cheapest out of this group here. I'm going to talk a little bit about each one. But the Blue Yeti Nano retails for around $75 US. It's definitely the most affordable out of the bunch, and it's a pretty good microphone. Use it mostly for everything actually. Every time I play a game, you guys hear my voiceovers for PC games. That's from the Blue Yeti Nano mic. Or if you guys see any of the videos that I recorded, like vlogs and stuff like that, just like ranting, any of those kind of videos, yeah, that's all recorded with the Blue Yeti Nano. This has been my trusty USB mic for the past several years. It's pretty simple to operate. There's like a little volume dial to adjust the headphone volume when you're monitoring. And it's a condenser mic. It has two capsules inside of it. I think underneath you just have a headphone jack, tripod mount, and this is a micro USB connector. And on the back here, you just have a simple button here to switch between the cardioid pickup pattern and the omnidirectional pickup pattern. Mostly use cardioid. That's for just recording what's in front of the mic. Omnidirectional is only if I'm playing with my brother or something that I want to record more around me. But yeah, it's a pretty simple mic to operate and use. It's fairly affordable. Sounds pretty good. I just wanted to see if there's better options out there. Since I do use this mic a lot, I was just wondering if I can get some better sound quality out of using something a little bit better. So that's why I have these other three options that I got just to compare. So go over them. So one of them is the Shure MV7 podcast mic. This is the most expensive out of this group. Costs about $275 US. Shure, of course, is a very well-known American company that is very well known for microphones and headphones actually, and they make IEMs and stuff as well. I've used several of their products before. In fact, my previous mic before the Blue Yeti Nano was the Shure MV51 USB mic. And this is their newer one, I guess, their newest USB mic. So I figured I might as well pick this one up and see if it's much better than my Blue Yeti Nano. And yeah, they've made some of the most famous and popular microphones in history. Actually, they've made the SM57, SM58, very widely used dynamic microphones. I use the SM48 dynamic microphone as well. And they're also famous for making IEMs and headphones, which I've used before too. So yeah, very, very famous company. So this MV7, it's the latest USB microphone, voice isolation technology, auto level mode, live stream ready, customizable sound signature, headphone monitoring, touch panel, and includes a Manfrotto Pixie tripod, which is nice. I used Manfrotto tripods as well. I'm using a Manfrotto tripod right now to record this video. So yeah, let's take a look at this one. All right, so let's take a look at what's inside the box here. Okay, so inside the box you get a few other boxes actually. Okay, this part and then this part here. So smaller part here comes with, this is the Manfrotto Pixie tripod. It's sort of like a mini tripod you can use for mounting the mic, which is nice. I've always been a big fan and user of Manfrotto tripods, which I'm using right now. Yeah, so very high quality. They're made in Italy, I believe, or the Italian company at least. And nothing else here. Welcome to better sound. All right, come on. Oh, there we go. Okay, like this. Okay. So there's a quick start guide here. They really advertise it as a podcast microphone, but I'll be testing it to record music as well. So yeah, quick start guide, connect the, so this is a interesting USB microphone because it also has an XLR as well. So it has an XLR output you can connect to your USB recording interface, which I also use. So this is this is just very versatile in that sense. You can connect it to your computer with USB, or you can use XLR to connect to your recording interface. I use the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2, so that'd be useful for me as well. I have a touch panel for adjustments. Yep, toggle microphone, headphone, monitor mix. Unlock it in case you accidentally touch it. I would actually, yeah, I mean, I don't really like touch panels. I think they're finicky to use. They're easy to accidentally touch and stuff. But yeah, I do remember using the similar touch panel on the Shure MV7 mic that I had before as well. So I guess I'm used to that. And Shure has their Motive app, so I'm used to using that because yeah, Shure has been putting touch panels on their microphones before. And yeah, I asked you to download that app, the Shure Motive, that you can use. I don't think I really need to download that, but you can if you want. This is the microphone itself, and what else do you get here? Okay, yeah, you get still a micro USB. You don't get USB-C. It's still a micro USB connector, so you still get micro USB. I wonder why they don't use USB-C here. Then, okay, so yeah, I don't get why they don't use USB-C, but you get a micro USB to USB-A and a micro USB to USB-C. So why not just use USB-C so you don't have to, I mean, sure, you still need two cables, I guess, but it's just a more common connector now to use USB-C than micro. But anyways, here's the mic itself, the Shure MV7 mic. Very well built, like all of Shure's products. They're built like a tank. So yeah, Shure, you have a windscreen right here. Take off the windscreen, you can see. I think this is a dynamic design. Yeah, so like that. Put the windscreen on. Here's the touch panel here, so you can choose between, I guess, the headphone and the microphone, and you can mute the microphone. Okay, it's this way. Mute the microphone, choose between the headphone and microphone, and then adjust the volume right here with the touch sensor here. So it's easy to operate. I think you're meant to place it this way, I guess, since this way is, but then, okay, a little bit confused on how this, this seems to be like opposite or reverse direction or something like that. Huh, interesting, because like this is facing this way, so I assume you put it like this, I guess. Maybe they're expecting you to record it like this. You have like a mount somewhere, and then you just point it downward like this, and then because the controls are facing this way, but then in a lot of the photos and stuff I see it facing this way, but then it's kind of reverse, so I don't know, I don't get it. Down here you have the XLR connection, which is nice to have to connect to your recording interface, and then or a mixer, and then you have a micro USB. Again, I don't know why they didn't go with USB-C. Micro USB is very early 2010s. I mean, yeah, like a headphone for monitoring, so 3.5 millimeter. So yeah, nice, very well built mic. So this is Shure MV7, and it's definitely the most expensive out of all these by a good margin, $275 US. Part of that is just because Shure stuff is, yeah, it's just for the name too, right? Because Shure is such a well-known company. One of the most famous ever for making microphones. Yeah, and okay, next one is also a very famous company for making microphones, but maybe not quite as famous as Shure, but still fairly famous. Is Rode. Rode is an Australian company, and they're known for making, I think they made like these shotgun mics for DSLRs called the video mic and stuff. So yeah, I guess they're fairly well known. Just they don't exactly have the history and prestige of Shure, but they're still fairly well known, I guess. So this is their NT-USB professional microphone. USB mic retails for, I would say, around $180 US. So yeah, roughly like $100 cheaper than the Shure MV7. So it's got the Revolution preamp, USB headphone output, studio quality processing. Okay, this is my first Rode product. I've never used any Rode products before, so I'm curious what they're like. Alright, so come with a USB-C to USB-C cable. So this one actually uses USB-C connectors. Thank you, Rode. That's something that Shure should have done. Man, I don't know why Shure sticks with micro USB, but okay, it comes with a stand as well. This is their own stand. It's not, granted, I think part of the reason why this Shure MV7 is so expensive is because it came with this Manfrotto Pixie tripod mount, tripod stand. And Manfrotto tripods are generally high quality, so they're fairly expensive. So I think that's part of the reason why their price is more. The Rode stand is a pretty basic stand, definitely not as high quality as the Manfrotto. I mean, I can tell this was plastic, whereas the Manfrotto here, yeah, this is more like a, you know, aluminum or something definitely more durable, right? This is definitely plastic. So definitely not as high quality of a stand. Maybe that's part of the reason why this is cheaper. All right, and here's the Rode microphone itself, which comes with a pop filter as well. So this is a pop filter that they included, which is nice. Shure doesn't include that. And then, yeah, that comes with a mount here. And at the bottom, you have USB-C connector, so that's definitely a more modern connection. And cardboard mic, I believe, is what this, condenser mic. Yeah, this is a condenser mic made in Australia. So this is a fairly high quality then if it's made in Australia, right? Yeah, so it comes Revolution preamp. This is definitely high quality microphone for sure. I can tell it's built really well. So it's built at least as good as the Shure mic, I think. And yeah, I think this is a condenser mic, and you can adjust the monitoring volume right here. Actually, the monitor volume you adjust right here, right? I think this might be just the microphone input volume. So microphone, and then maybe just the monitor volume right here, and a headphone jack right here. So yeah, this design is also very interesting. Quite different than the Shure design. It's definitely cheaper than the Shure. So yeah, I'm gonna test this one out as well, the Rode NT-USB Plus. Okay, I think that's it for this one. And finally, last but not least, I don't have the original box for this because this is a warehouse deal, but this is the Audio-Technica AT2020 USB X, I believe. So yeah, it's an AT2020 USB cardioid condenser microphone. Designed in Japan, assembled in China. So Audio-Technica is a well-known Japanese audio company. They're very well known for microphones, phono cartridges, turntables, and headphones. And I've actually used their AT2020 condenser mic before. That's not the USB version, so I'm curious about this USB version. If it's as well performing as a non-USB, then that should be pretty good. So yeah, you have controls here, mic to computer monitoring. I guess it's the mic volume. Adjust it here. And then the headphone output, this is a monitor volume for the headphone output, adjusting here. Pretty easy, both controls right here on the front here, and then the back is a headphone out. Yeah, fairly simple. Yeah, so I guess for the Shure mic here, you can just press this button to switch between the recording volume and the headphone output volume. And on the Rode mic, you have separate controls here, separate dials, and yeah, same thing, separate dials on the Audio-Technica as well. But they're all different types of microphones. The Shure, I believe, is a dynamic, and the Rode and the Audio-Technica are both condenser, and as is the Blue Yeti is also a condenser as well. Yeah, except my Blue Yeti actually has no adjustment for the microphone volume. It only has adjustment for the headphone volume. So it doesn't have as many features as these other three, but it's also the cheapest. So oh yeah, the Audio-Technica, this one cost about $130 US. So it's the second most affordable out of this group here. The Blue Yeti Nano is still the most affordable. And it comes with this 3.5 millimeter to 3.5 millimeter jack, and yeah, 3.5 to 3.5 millimeter. And oh, it's interesting here. So they have a USB-B to USB-A here. So they actually use a USB-B connector. Okay, interesting. Didn't expect a full-size USB-B connector here. And this is a little stand here, right? And then it comes with, yeah, just the safety stuff. Okay, I actually wonder... Oh, okay, I see here. So I was expecting the bottom to be like some kind of like mount, right? Like tripod mount or something like that. No, it is a USB-B connector. So interesting. Why did they go with USB-B instead of micro or USB-C? I'm not sure. They all have different connectors, right? Okay, so my Blue Yeti Nano USB, micro USB. The Shure MV7 is also micro USB. The Rode is the most up-to-date using USB-C, and then the Audio-Technica, if anything, is more old school, going with a full-size USB-B. Okay, interesting. And then here's the stand it comes with. Definitely, I would say this stand is definitely the cheapest looking out of all the stands that we've seen so far. it's the smallest. So you come with just a microphone holder here, and then this tiny little tripod mount that you could probably get for like 10 bucks on Amazon. Right here. It's like a $10 tripod that you can easily find on Amazon. So, okay, that's pretty cheap accessory here. Then again, this is the second most affordable out of this range, so I guess I can't expect too much in terms of accessories. But yeah, this is definitely the cheapest. I mean, it's not actually like cheaply built, because it's actually fairly solid. But I mean, in terms of like what it is, I mean, yeah, this is something you can easily find on Amazon for like 10 bucks. The Rode, even though it's kind of like plasticky, at least it's a custom design by them. Not exactly something you can just find on Amazon. And then the Shure comes with the, of course, the Manfrotto Pixie, which is very high quality tripod. So, I mean, yeah, this is the second most, actually, yeah, and then the Blue Yeti Nano just comes with its own stand, right? So the Blue Yeti Nano, it's the cheapest, comes with its own stand, you can't even detach it. And then the Audio-Technica AT2020 USB, yeah, it comes with just a cheap stand, which makes sense because it's the second most affordable out of this group. Rode comes with its own tripod stand mount, which is just okay, not great. And then of course the Shure, the most expensive one, yeah, comes in the Manfrotto. So yeah, I'm going to test them all out. The Shure MV7 versus the Rode NT USB versus the Audio-Technica AT2020 USB. I'm going to test all three of these out and also compare it to my current Blue Yeti Nano, which I hope it should be better then, since all of these are more expensive than my Blue Yeti Nano. So I'm expecting some kind of improvement in the quality. And Blue Yeti is owned by Logitech, by the way. If you guys didn't know that, they are owned by Logitech, and they mostly, yeah, they make some headsets, I think, but they're definitely more well-known for their microphones, especially the Blue Yetis. So yeah, and this is the Nano version, which is a smaller version. They do have the original larger version, which I haven't tried before. Alright guys, so now I'm going to be testing all the different microphones. What I'm going to do here, my methodology here is I'm going to be talking for a bit. So I have a brief paragraph, I guess I'll just talk about my guitar for a bit, and this will be the same paragraph for all of these microphones just to keep it the same. And yeah, just going to talk about it for a bit, and then this is just to test the speech capabilities, right? Because these mics are meant for podcasting as well. So just going to test it for speech capabilities, and then I'll be playing a brief part of a song on the acoustic guitar to see how well it works with singing. So yeah. So I'm going to start with the Blue Yeti Nano. So this is the cheapest out of all of them. Again, the $75 Blue Yeti Nano that I've been using for the past few years. So this is my John Mayer signature model acoustic guitar, the Martin OMJM. The reason why I picked this up is because I'm a huge fan of John Mayer. He's been a very big artistic influence on me since I was in university. So this dates back to the first year of university when I first saw John Mayer perform his then current album Continuum live near my university in Toronto. And since then, his songs and albums and guitar playing have all been a huge influence on my sound and my tone. So I picked up this acoustic. It was my second acoustic guitar ever. Back in 2012 when I was living in San Francisco, and aside from a brief period when I was forced to sell it to pay off some debts and loans back in 2019, I've had it ever since. So it's a very cherished guitar of mine. I've used it to record the vast majority of my acoustic covers on YouTube. And some of my favorite John Mayer acoustic songs are probably Stop This Train from his Continuum album, St. Patrick's Day, and 3x5, both off his first album Room for Squares, and Tracing, which is a song he never released. But I'll play Walt Grace's Submarine Test off of his Born and Raised record. I really like this song. It's got a subtle Beatles type vibe to it. Alright, so here we go. Walt Grace's Submarine Test, 1967. Walt Grace, desperately hid in his old place, dreamed to discover a new space, buried himself alive inside his basement, toned the side on his face, man, was working away on displacement and what it would take to survive. 'Cause when next is up to you. And his wife told his kids he was crazy, and his friends said he failed if he tried. But the will to work hard in a library card, he took a homemade fan blade, one-man submarine ride. Alright, so now I have the Audio-Technica AT2020 Plus USB hooked up to my computer, and you can tell it actually glows blue light here, or maybe you can't tell, but it is glowing. There's like a blue LED inside of here. It's really cool. So this is my John Mayer signature model acoustic guitar, the Martin OM-JM. The reason why I picked this up is because I'm a huge fan of John Mayer. He's been a very big artistic influence on me since I was in university. This dates back to the first year of university when I first saw John Mayer perform his then current album Continuum live near my university in Toronto. And since then, his songs and albums and guitar playing have all been a huge influence on my sound and my tone. So I picked up this acoustic. It's my second acoustic guitar ever, back in 2012 when I was living in San Francisco. And aside from a brief period when I was forced to sell it to pay off some loans and debts back in 2019, I've had it ever since. So it's a very cherished guitar of mine, and I've used it to record the vast majority of my acoustic covers on YouTube. Some of my favorite John Mayer acoustic songs are probably Stop This Train off of his Continuum album, St. Patrick's Day and 3x5, both off his first album, Room for Squares, and Tracing, which is a song he never released. But I'm going to play Walt Grace's Submarine Test off of his Born and Raised record. I really like the song because it's got a subtle Beatles type vibe to it. So, right. Walt Grace, desperately hid in his old place, dreamed to discover a new space, and buried himself alive inside his basement. Torn the side on his face, man, he's working away on displacement and what it would take to survive. 'Cause when you're done with this world, you know the next is up to you. And his wife told his kids he was crazy, and his friends said he'd fail if he tried. But the will to work hard in the library card, he took a homemade fan blade, one-man submarine ride. Alright, next up is the Shure MV7. I think this is actually the biggest mic out of them all if you include the tripod. But yeah, this is also the most expensive one. It's also the only one which is a dynamic mic, I think. The rest are, I think, condenser mics. So this is my John Mayer signature model acoustic guitar, the Martin OM-JM. The reason why I picked this up is because I'm a huge fan of John Mayer. He's been a very big artistic influence on me since I was in university. This dates back to the first year of university when I first saw John Mayer perform his then current album Continuum live near my university in Toronto. And since then, his songs and albums and guitar playing have all been a huge influence on my sound and my tone. So I picked up this acoustic. It was my second acoustic guitar ever, back in 2012 when I was living in San Francisco, and aside from a brief period when I was forced to sell it to pay off some debts and loans back in 2019, I've had it ever since. So it's a very cherished guitar of mine. I've used it to record the vast majority of my acoustic covers on YouTube. Some of my favorite John Mayer acoustic songs are probably Stop This Train from his Continuum album, St. Patrick's Day and 3x5, both off his first album, Room for Squares, and Tracing, which is a song he never released. But I'll play Walt Grace's Submarine Test off his Born and Raised record. I really like this song because it's got a subtle Beatles vibe to it. Walt Grace, desperately hid in his old place, dreamed to discover a new space, buried himself alive inside his basement. Toned the side on his face, man, he's working away on displacement and what it would take to survive. Alright, so now I have the Rode NT USB plus mic set up. I think this is how you're supposed to set it up. And yeah, it also has like a little blue LED inside of it, just like the Audio-Technica, which is cool. So this is my John Mayer signature model acoustic guitar, the Martin OM-JM. The reason why I picked this up is because I'm a huge fan of John Mayer. He's been a very big artistic influence on me since I was in university. This dates back to the first year of university when I first saw John Mayer perform his then current album Continuum live near my university in Toronto, and since then his songs and albums and guitar playing have all been a huge influence on my sound and my tone. So I picked up this acoustic. It was my second acoustic guitar ever back in 2012 when I was living in San Francisco, and aside from a brief period when I was forced to sell it to pay off some debts back in 2019, I've had it ever since. So it's a very cherished guitar of mine, and I've used it to record the vast majority of my acoustic covers on YouTube. Some of my favorite John Mayer acoustic songs are probably Stop This Train from his Continuum album, St. Patrick's Day, and 3x5, both off his first album, Room for Squares, and Tracing, which is a song he never released. But I'll play Walt Grace's Submarine Test off of his Born and Raised record. I really like the song because it has a subtle Beatles-type vibe to it. All right.
Walt Grace, desperately hating his old place, dreamed to discover a new space, and buried himself alive. Inside his basement, the tongue the side on his face, man. He's working away on displacement, and what it would take to survive. 'Cause when you're done with this world, you know the next is up to you. And his wife told his kids he was crazy, and his friends said he failed if he tried. But the will to work hard in a library card, he took a homemade fan blade, one-man submarine ride.
So yeah, that's it, guys. That's the 4 different USB microphones I'm testing out: the Rode USB, NT USB Plus, the Audio-Technica AT2020 USB X, the Shure MV7, and the Blue Yeti Nano. Let me know what you guys think is the best, or which one sounds the best in the comment section below. And yeah, as always, thanks for watching.